I get 2 solo battles in. Just to get it out the way. I exceeded? What you mean? Exceeded salary cap? What you mean? What you mean? Oh, I did exceed. I need 1.
Welcome in. I'm the coach, and you're watching Madden Ultimate
Damn,
Team.
what the fuck?
We've been waiting for this one all week.
Got the most fed. God damn. Sheesh.
It's time to play ball.
What the fuck is this cooking? Look at their jerseys. But they at 79? What the fuck? Where they do that shit?
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this.
The best players on the damn game.
MetLife Stadium. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. five-time Pro Bowler LaDainian Tomlinson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Here's second and a yard. Out of the gun, it's Tomlinson. Bulldozes past him. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Greer. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. To throw again on 2nd down. Greer. And this one complete to Andre Roberts. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Greer. That'll be caught by Cobb. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless 1st quarter. They run with LT. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Greer. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
Greer on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 2 on the play there. And now they'll be set up with a 1st and goal. Tomlinson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the 1st quarter. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. A play fake. Now Greer to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Ooh. Oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Look at Shawn Michaels pose.
So out comes this offense to take over for the 1st time.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I got the look. That drive, the girls. Wow. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy, Jordan.
That play going for 16 yards.
Man, a heartbreak kid. My man was heartbroken when he threw that interception.
Involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards, and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
11 yards there, 1st down. Off the play fake, Mariota.
This team is physical group, and we just saw it there on that.
It wasn't physical. He just dropped the ball because that dude was soft as Shelby. That's why he got the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Mariota. And Cook has it left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Oh, come on, Calvin.
First down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Dog, you had the ball, G.
The worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Mariota's throw taken in by Cook. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw again. Mariota. He'll check this down to Lynch. Complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
I don't get it, man.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
That's 3 drops,
Nice
yo.
job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And the throw
Wow.
incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. So 2 quarters down. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Mariota rolling to his left. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
Are you serious, dog?
But it also lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
It comes and he lost it.
Wow. Are you serious, dog?
Going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the pistol, Tomlinson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Yo, I'm having that many problems with these players like this. Yo, I'm having that many problems with this team, dog. Are you serious, man?
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down. Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Gets through and now an opening. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East
Yeah, what's up?
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
How can you say whatever you saying? How can I help you? And you just called me. Am I going to hear this all day?
Touchdown run. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, we lasted all the way to the 4th quarter without a touchdown being on the board, but here a key.
But they suck.
In the lead.
Definitely, and I really doubt, though, that that's going to open the floodgates. What do you think?
The Ravens got beat by the Bengals, but they suck, and they in the top of the division. You know what? I'm not going to feed into your nonsense and your childish rhetoric. So, like, until they play somebody, then you can talk. Until they play somebody, then we can talk.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther.
Was that a good catch?
Sometimes you overset the inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now,
but he cooking.
Pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Gronkowski.
I can agree.
And they're going to mark him down short.
I definitely can agree with that.
About a yard, if that. They get 15.
Because he was killing with New England, and he complained he had no weapons, but he was winning.
Desperation time for Greer on 4th. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
I can agree.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. To the air again, Greer.
Yeah.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football
Yeah, they got cooked.
So it's our visitors with the football as we get
But he
you
nice
reset.
though.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time
He
to
nice
talk it
though.
over.
Warriors throw here hauled in by Cup.
They get
All right.
6. That'll leave them
But he
with
nice though. You
34.
can't sit up here and
Now
say he's
whistles
whack
come
because he a
in. We're
rookie.
going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Greer. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll
Oh,
go
good
down,
cut.
but not before getting this inside the 30. Now Greer, a great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Greer now to throw. This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27. Now it's Greer. Under pressure, down he goes.
This
Blocked
side.
at the 10. And before the 2nd down play, we'll
This
get a
side.
whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 2nd and goal. Greer looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moss. Only 3
that's
yards there
good.
on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
He can't read defense. He can't read defense. That's just Jackson's problem.
Now Greer on 3rd and goal. Out to the flat for Bryant. And
Nope.
just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
True. I can agree.
They snap it to Greer. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And the result here, a pickup of 8.
Yeah.
Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, Charles,
Oh, he ain't had no answer. That's terrible. He had no answer, yeah.
that certainly applied here, did they?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it?
Hey, he answered a simple question. That is terrible.
What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't
Yeah.
you? Loved the
I
defenses.
certainly did.
Oh, you heard crickets, son?
Of the game.
Yo had crickets when he said, "How was Lamar Jackson?" Oh man, that is dirty. He's no Tariq Hill. They trying to make him like that, but he's not Tariq Hill. He needs to be him. You feel me? You can't make somebody be something that he's not, because he's not a superstar. Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep him for that. Yeah. I keep him. Just in case, because them elite cards, they be taxing with them elite cards, man. No, you don't. You don't give us no love. You don't give us no love. We don't get no love. Oh, we're going to beat the bricks off of their ass. We're going to beat the bricks out of them. We're going to get some Vikings. They trash. We're going to beat them. We should be able to handle them. All right, we're coming back with a vengeance, son. We're definitely coming back with a vengeance. The Dolphins. That's going to be a good one. Oh, that's a nice W. I don't even matter. Oh, he finally doing something. What's the score? What's the score? I can get one more game. That first game was a defensive game, though. Get one more. Yeah.
Watching Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm your host.
He was alright. I say he was alright. He was alright.
So sit back and put that remote
You crazy. I used to watch him in USC. What you talking about? I used to watch him in USC. Talking about. Yeah, Mark Sanchez is the quarterback.
Set to put his foot into this one, and we are underway in Foxborough.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Newton. He'll find the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, they're supposed to be good.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
No. What do you say?
Nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field, and he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab
So what you trying to say?
for a really good pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hell no. You're wrong. You know you're wrong for that. Yeah, I'm right here.
Action, it's Newton. Throwing left side, it's complete.
No, you
He'll
won't.
be out of bounds.
Stop cap. No, stop cap.
The Patriot passing
No.
game is rolling.
You will not get a flag by looking at somebody. Yeah, that sound, yeah. That sound crazy.
Hit as he releases it, and that'll
That shit sound ludicrous, yeah.
We always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone.
He might come back. Talking about Shady Brady.
and force that incompletion. And the timing a bit off that time.
What quarter is it?
Falls to the ground.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space.
No, what quarter is it, yeah? What quarter is it, yeah?
Going again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Patriot, Darrelle Revis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down defensively. They were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start.
You know you're wrong for that. What quarter is that game, y'all?
Begin the drive.
Yeah.
Coming off the pick six, it's Newton. Looking left side, and it's
Good
complete.
catch.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. His first carry,
Who struck the ball?
This will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
And they're led out by the former number 2 overall pick from Oregon in his 7th season now. It's Marcus Mariota.
And do not be fooled by his demeanor. I know he's quiet and he's serene. He's an avid surfer. He's from Hawaii. But this guy wants to dominate you out on the football field and often does. I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Running from the gun with Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And touchdown! Derrick Henry, 31 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Newton and the Patriots with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They fake the give. Newton.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. From the gun, here's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Able to fight for about 40 yards there to the 13.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Touchdown! Marshawn Lynch from 13 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, that's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half.
No.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the defense.
Damn, LT is cooking. He is a nightmare, son.
That is where they take over.
You see LT?
Now 3 drives,
Look at this shit.
3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices,
Yo,
how
LT,
many
look
times do
at
we
that.
see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to
Yo,
handle?
LT
It's
is
almost like they're playing with
cooking.
that sleeve on the ball
I'm
right
so
now.
glad he's on my squad.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
Throwing on first down. But
I'm so glad he on my team.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd.
He is a nightmare, son.
On the move to his left. His throw.
You have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This will go to Henry out wide. And stopped a few yards.
Who the hell beat the hell out of them?
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know they're.
It look like me. They just tanking, yo.
The tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That is not happening.
You know who getting the touches, right?
Time adjustments are going to help them a
Lamar.
lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
And able to get this across the 20, but now
That's what he said, yeah. Oh, shit. Hell no. He did, yeah. He'll zip that motherfucker, run, and catch that bit.
They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
They'll set up the screen to Lynch. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. They set up the screen to Lynch. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Working out of the gun. Mariota eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And bulldozing his way through. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Henry. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On third down, Mariota.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they didn't even. Yeah, they wasn't even really exploiting the vaccine like
Their
that.
heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry, and the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
Look at all them people on the line. All them in the
They'll
box.
try to run forward with Henry. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. He'll get it up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this
Yeah, I'm right here, bro.
feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of
Yeah,
feel
can you
the
hear
air
me?
go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there.
Can you hear me,
They knew
yeah?
They had to stop them on
Yeah, I
that
can hear you
drive,
fine, yeah.
But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Newton. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Here's Newton. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Mariota sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. On 1st down, Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about it.
That was a total shutout, yeah. I like that. That was a total shutout, man. That was crazy, bro. That'll be it for the day. I had enough fun today. I made it to the playoffs. Mariota was cooking. He's a little slow for my pace. I still think Jackson is the better quarterback, but I'm not going to take anything off of Lamar because he's going to be my quarterback for the year, but I need an upgrade. Until then, he's going to be on the bench, but I am going to start Mariota because he has escape artists, and I need that. Now, let's look at his attributes real quick. And there's not much of a no-brainer. His acceleration is fast. He's a 91 speed, 91 throw power. I mean, you're going to take a rocket scientist to figure it out. You feel me? Keeping it 100. Like, look, he got the better stats. Even though they don't use them for the Raiders, you feel me? Got the better stats. So, this is Smokey Black 19750 signing off. You can follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. Smokey Black's the name on Twitch. Kareem Thomas is a YouTube name. You can follow me with the same name, Kareem Thomas, on IG and Facebook, Kareem Thomas. So, signing off. Y'all be safe. Have a happy Halloween. Eat all the candy that you can get. Make sure y'all check y'all candy. Make sure y'all kids let y'all parents check y'all candy. And watch out for monsters. Because they are out there. Signing out. Y'all be safe. One y'all.